this video, I thought I'd run you through the process from start to finish on how I shot this music video in the studio for Rebecca Ray. Rebecca Ray, aka Rebecca Vocal Athlete, is a singer, songwriter and YouTuber. Over the years, Rebecca has cultivated a massive social media following with her videos, particularly on YouTube, with over 1.2 million subscribers. The video is for her new single, Do You Know? So let's dive straight into it. So firstly, Rebecca sent me over the song to come up with a concept. After listening to it a few times, I put together a video treatment which outlines the look, feel and style of the video for when it's finished. I also popped in a few screenshots of cool lighting effects and what we can potentially achieve with a projector projecting images on a back wall using assets I made in After Effects, and using stock video images from Envato Elements. If you're in need of some decent stock clips for your video too, click the Envato Elements link in the description below. If you don't have the time to make your own assets for the projector, I've put together a little projector pack that's available on my website. You can pretty much drop them into Premiere Pro and choose a custom color of your choice depending on what you want to go for in your music video. And then from there, render the clip out and then you'll have some cool clips to use when you shoot with the projector in your music video too. Crew-wise, the major person I needed the most for this shoot was a gaffer lighting person. As well as being the director and DP for the shoot, I didn't want to have to worry about that too. Oh, okay.
That's the receiver, so.
What a rookie. So hiring a lighter gaffer will definitely lighten the workload for me to get on with the shoot. So I hired James, who is an awesome filmmaker and photographer himself, so I knew I'd be in safe hands. We decided to film the whole video in a studio space so we can potentially shoot several different scenes using the projector and coloured lights. And James happens to own and run an amazing studio in Bournemouth, so it was a no-brainer to hire that space from him.
Welcome to our studio here at Pro Studio Hire in Bournemouth. Soon to be the Picture House Studios. Are going for a bit of a name change at the moment, so we're staying within the Aperture ecosystem with a bit of a mix of Amaran, which is all pretty much in the same family owned by Aperture. For the main reason of using Sidus Link, there's obviously 101 different ways that you can control lighting. You could use Lumen Radio or DMX or whatever, but we've invested heavily in Aperture and Amaran lighting here because we can control it seamlessly, quickly, easily from Sidus Link without any real fuss or any real heavy investment in anything like DMX or Lumen Radio. So yeah, pretty much Sidus Link is one of the key reasons that we've invested heavily.
And I've noticed that we got such a fast turnaround on each scene that we did. Yeah. You were able to, instead of pulling the lights down, changing gels and stuff, you were bomb. Even like calibrating the lighting, you found that you can just take a picture of the particular colour and you've got that washed in straight away.
Yeah, exactly. Like the colour picker tool on here is fantastic. It's a really, really powerful app that allows us to be super slick, super fast, particularly when we're trying to achieve something like a music video which has got the complexities of projection or different scenes moving between different lighting setups. We can move really, really fast. But I mean, aside from Sidus Link, obviously the quality of the light with LED allows us to be pretty much silent. Like the actual color rendering index on all of the lights that we're using is really, really high. So I mean, there's no real reason to not use this gear. Sound like an advert for Aperture.
I know, yeah. Well, I've got a couple of Aperture lights myself, and I'm doing exactly the same. But you're doing it on a grander scale, which is wicked, and it just goes to show what you can do from small and to big projects, which is amazing.
I think exactly like you say there. A lot of people who use Aperture on varying different degrees and scales can walk into the studio and they know it.
Yeah.
You know, we're seeing a lot of content creators wanting to kind of change what they're shooting and come and shoot in a studio environment, and they're using Aperture or Amaran at home, and they can come in, they've got Sidus Link already on their phone, they're linking up to the kit and they're good to go, you know, and it's changing the game really.
So a few days before the shoot, I was lucky enough to film some test shots with James to see what settings work best for the projector. I was using my Sony a7S III for this, and we found that we were getting major flickering from the projected image. Now, not all projectors do this, but we were using an older model. The workaround we factored in was to shoot at a shutter speed of 1/25, which felt very strange to do so, but because there was no real fast motion in the song, you couldn't really notice the odd shutter speed. It was definitely great to be able to test out the projector beforehand. Here's James to run through his lighting setup on what we used on the day.
For the projector stuff, because the projection to our eyes looks obviously very bright, but as you know, to the camera it isn't terribly bright at all, so we needed to make sure that we were really controlled with our lighting. We weren't just washing out the whole projection on the screen there, so we were using two of the Amaran F22. So this is an F22X up here, and then over here we got the F22C. And we used the egg crates on those, the grids, in order to try and stop the spill.
Control the light.
Yeah, exactly. So it's still relatively soft source being 2 by 2 feet, but it's controlled so we can boom it in and get it exactly on our subject and not let it wash out all over the place and destroy our projection. So we're using that as a key, and then we used another one as a little kicker light on the side. Then we had the smaller F21 as well, which is the 2 foot by 1 foot, which was the colour version again as well. So we could add in little accent lights. We were picking the colour from the projection, then adding that in the side or as a hair light. And it was quite a nice, neat little, nimble, lightweight setup.
Yeah, it stops it from looking too separated, because we found that we lit it, but it looked too good and looked like it was a green screen.
Yeah.
So adding that little bit of kicker light of the particular colour that we're projecting made all the difference.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah,
it's a tricky thing to find that mix, isn't it? Of it looking like hyper real or fake or green screened, and then yeah, we were able to kind of play very quickly. Like again, I mentioned the Sidus link, we had to quickly adjust the things in order to try and bring it all in.
Yeah, not sponsored.
Not sponsored, not sponsored, but yeah.
If you want to check out Rebecca's music video, I've put the link to that in the description below. I'm really happy how the video turned out. Don't forget to drop a little like on this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you're new here, and I'll see you next time.